serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Diamond Roofing.
Rapid City Stevens takes on Kadoka area. Their only loss for Kadoka was to Rapid City Central. Stevens undefeated, as was Dakota Valley. Hill City's only loss was to Rapid City Stevens as well. Those are the top 8. We'll get to the silver bracket a little bit later. Brookings will start with the serve in their red uniforms with the white numbers. We'll set their starting lineups here in a moment as Richard on the hit, but in the net were the Cobblers. For Brookings, they go with Coral Idem, Cameron Strike, 4 and 5. Number 10, Lily Thompson. 11, Taylor Kennott. Macy Evan even is number 12. Avery Dentlinger is number 13. Libero with the hit is Sloan McLaughlin. From the left side, Brookings with the kill attempt. Cobblers will tip it over the net, and that'll be a point for the Cobblers on the tip by Richard. For the Cobblers, their familiar starting lineup with Kaylin Ducat. Josie Williamson is at the libero again today. Isabel Richard, J.C. Rubel, Chloe Shreve, Braylon Gleestra, and Reagan Page, who played JV yesterday on the varsity back here today. Set by Bobcats, and both teams in their red, so fortunately they sit on each side of the net. Shreve with the kill puts the Cobblers up 2-1. Shreve has had a very good year in the matches that we've seen so far. Rubelt lit it up in the third match yesterday. She's on the front line, and Abby Conroy is rotated back in. Richard on the serve. Set by McLaughlin, and that hit is good. From the left side, finds the far corner on the cross-court kill. That is Lily Thompson, a 5'9" senior. Dentlinger goes to the bench. And see who came in substitution. Mason even came back in. The set, Conroy with the swing. The dig, the pass, the left side on the overpass into the net. Cobblers touched it. Brookings gets it over. Rubel couldn't put that one away off that center set. The Cobblers will try it again. Gleestra, back set. Shreve down the line, played by Strike. Cobblers with the dig. The back set. Shreve will try it again. Goes cross court. Bumped by Kennott at the net. Cobblers will control. Shreve pushes it down the line. Set left side. They will push it. Great diving save by Richard. Popped up by Williamson, and the kill attempt out of bounds by Lily Thompson. And Cobblers up 3-2. In for the Cobblers, Ducat back in. Rubelt will sit down, and Williamson to serve. Sends it back row, Kennott up front. Middle set, and what a big hit by Lily Thompson off the set from Cameron Strike. We've seen a few big arms in this tournament, and she could be one of them. Serving it up will be Cameron Strike. 3-3 opening set. Day 2. This is the championship bracket, if you will. The teams with the 8 best records. Barely clears the net. Dug out by the Cobblers. Set up front. Roll it over. McLaughlin with the set, the swing. That was Thompson again. Shreve will send it over. Bump it up front, Kennott. And we're looking at my score or my roster sheet. Point to the Cobblers. Deja Dudley will rotate in along with Tipke. as Shreve and Vliestra go to the bench. Dudley with the serve. Even up front, and there's Thompson again off the feed from Strike. Lily Thompson, 5'9", senior. She's shown a big arm on a couple of kills here, ties it up at 4 apiece, makes it even. 5'10" senior back to serve for the Bobcats. She will send it deep. Conroy to Dudley, near side. Brookings will set it left side. The dig out by Thompson. Dudley back set. Tipke sends it deep. McLaughlin, there's Strike again. Cobblers on the one hit, but they cross under the net. Conroy trying to get down and dig it out. And the Brookings Bobcats up by 1, 5-4. Makes it even to serve it up again. Number 8 seed against number 1, but Brookings probably the 4th or 5th best team in the tournament. Just the way the seeding ran, they basically came down to point differential. And Brookings in some high scoring affairs yesterday gave up some points. Service error will give the ball back to the Cobblers on the side out. They're trailing by 1 now, 6-5. Brookings 25-23, 25-22 over St. Thomas More. They lost to Dakota Valley 25-21, 25-16, so they gave up some points. Set by Strike, left side, into the net, blocked there by Ducat. For the Cobblers, ties it at 6 apiece. That third match for Brookings, they defeated Mapaialuta 25-14, 25-22, so they gave up a lot of points. That put them at the number 8 seed. Be a tough match for the Cobblers. Left side, tipped to the net. Williamson with the dig. Dudley with the back set. Tipke with the swing. Diving save by Strike. And with the kill is Thompson. Cameron Strike, 5'8" senior, very active here in the first set. Puts now the Cobblers with the point, 7-6, somebody in the net. Conroy with the serve. Bump up front off the mark. Have to push it over. Conroy with the diving save, one time over. Set it middle and into the net. Lily Thompson wasn't really set for the attack, and the Cobblers up by a deuce now, 8-6. Up front for Brookings is Strike. Maddie Fickbaum has come into the contest along with Thompson up front, and the hitting error on the serve goes side out to Brookings. They trail 8-7 with Lily Thompson set to serve for the Bobcats. 9, 13, and 8. That's Malke, Fickbaum, and Dentlinger. 2 rotation reserves in there for Brookings up front. Williamson handles the serve up front to Dudley. Roll it over is Richard. Strike puts it up to nobody in particular. Little miscommunication on who is going to take the pass from Strike. And the Cobblers back up by 2, 9-7. Kaylin Ducat set to serve. Wearing those neon peach shoes again today. Puts it into the net. Had a couple of serving errors here in the first set. And it will be back to the Bobcats. The 8 serving 9 with the ball in the hands of 5'8" senior Maddie Fickbaum. She sends it deep. Richard played it, probably should have let it go. And on the ace, we are tied at 9 apiece. Williamson, Richard, and Reagan Page on the back line for the Cobblers, awaiting the serve from Fickbaum. Sends it hard and deep, and that time they do let it go, and the service error will give the point to the Cobblers. They're back up by 1, 10-9. Shreve and Vliestra back in as Tipke and Dudley sit down. Fickbaum will check out as the libero Sloan McLaughlin will come in for Brookings. Vliestra will serve for the Cobblers, lefty. Had 3 straight aces in, I believe, the second match yesterday. 6 on the day unofficially. Sends that one deep. Bump up front, Strike with the back set. Roll it over, and that's way out in left field. Dentlinger, too much juice on it. Cobblers stretch the lead back to 2, 11-9. Leistra lines it up, sends it back, and that is just in on the corner. Leistra playing with fire. She's been hitting them long against Stevens in their regular season matchup. I don't know how she did in the Campbell County tournament, but here she's had several serve errors, but that one results in another ace for Leistra. McLaughlin with the bump, strike with the set. Left side, the block, out of bounds on the kill by Mia Mulkey. She's a 5'9" junior. The Cobblers up front, they have Shreve, Rubelt, and Richard. On the serve for Brookings, Taylor Connaught, 5'9" sophomore. Sends it deep, bumped by Williamson rather. The set, the block at the net. Cobblers will try it again. Come over to Shreve on the near side. She punches it over, and Cobblers dig it out, free ball it over. McLaughlin will try and set. Strike, left side, the block at the net. That is Rubelt, and Shreve there. I think Rubelt got the hand on it, and the Cobblers lead it by 3, 13-10. Isabel Richard, one of their better servers. She can go on a run from that service line. Senior takes a look at the Bobcats, lets it fly. Almost an overpass, and perfect set again by Strike. Dentlinger puts it away on the kill. The Bobcats back within 2. McLaughlin back to serve. And the big hitter, Lily Thompson, rotates back in for the Bobcats on the front line along with Strike. And even. Conroy up front, back set. Rubelt with the swing. Block at the net, push it over. Brookings will set again. Strike, far side. Push it down the line. That is out. That was Macy Even trying to find the inside of the far sideline. Cobblers' lead is at 3 now, 14-11. Set number 1, played best 2 out of 3. We only saw 3 matches go the full 3 sets yesterday. Otherwise, everything else was a sweep. Served by Williamson, set by Strike, pushes it over, tries to find the donut hole. Cobblers close it up, and that is out, just out on the rollover by Williamson. Bobcats back to within a deuce. 12 serving 14, Cameron Strike. Outstanding first set so far on that front line setting. We'll come back to the service line, the 5'8" senior. Maddie Fickbaum is checked back in up front with Even and Thompson for the Bobcats. Send it back, Conroy misplayed it. She'll get the pass, rolls it over. Strike comes from the back row to set. On the hit, that is a put away by Fickbaum for the Bobcats. Just inside the antenna off the block, and the Brookings Bobcats have cut the deficit down to 1 again. 14-13, Cobblers with the lead. Strike. Clears the net. Conroy with the dive, and that'll be an ace. Beautiful placement. Conroy playing with that big brace on her left leg. First couple of matches we covered against Pier and Rapid City Stevens, she basically just rotated in to serve. But here in the tournament, she's been playing full time. And that will be a service error, trying to get it over the net. Results in a Cobbler point, 15-14. Cobblers lead it. Regular rotation of Tipke and Dudley back in, sending Leistra and Shreve to the bench. Dudley to serve. The senior takes a couple of steps, sends it to the back row. Strike will back set it, push over, and that is a kill for Macy Even. Found the perfect spot along the back line. Williamson patrolling it pretty much by herself. Connaught rotates out, and into the front row will be number 9, Mia Mulkey. Served by Even. Conroy to Dudley. Set across the far side. The block out of bounds on the hit by Tipke. Cobblers with the point. Back up by 1, 16-15. Conroy to serve for Rapid City Central. Right-hander from the middle of the court. McLaughlin with the bump, Strike with the bump set, 10-foot hit. Fielded by Williamson, Dudley back set. McLaughlin plays it at the net, the block, and that stays in. Point for the Cobblers. Fickbaum trying to put her away. And Ducat was there, I believe, for Rapid City Central, putting them back up by 2. On court number 2, Custer and Cheyenne South. Custer up by 3, 16-13. Set by Strike at the net, overpass. Brookings will try it again, they push it back. Williamson up front, Dudley. Sets, Richard can't put it away. Strike, left side, and that is a kill for Maddie Fickbaum. Oh, was it Fickbaum? No, number 9, Mia Mulkey with the kill. Dentlinger checks back in as McLaughlin will sit down, so big front row out there for the Bobcats. Rapid City Stevens up by 3 over Kadoka, 17-14. Dakota Valley by 4 over Hill City, 16-12. Cobblers will roll it. No, they don't get it over the net. Richard with an unfortunate hitting error. Don't see too many of those from the Cobblers senior. That ties it up at 17 apiece. 4 good matches here to open the gold bracket. Just clearing the net, diving save, put it over. Brookings, Strike at the net. The block, that is Ducat again. Richard also there off the kill attempt by Fickbaum. Give the ball to Ducat to serve it up. Cobblers with Rubelt, Richard. And I believe that's Tipke also on the front line. Set by Strike, left side, the dig. Ducat, back set. Going deep with it was Tipke, and the back hit by Even. Goes out of bounds. Brookings can't track it down. The Cobblers up by a deuce again, 19-17. This has been a 1 and 2 point lead, couple of ties along the way here in set number 1. Ducat takes about 3 steps up, sends it over the net, and that will be just out. Service error gives the ball back to the Bobcats with the point. It'll be Brookings 18, serving 19 for the Cobblers. Maddie Fickbaum to serve it up for the Bobcats. Sends it back to Williamson with the bump. Dudley on that front set. Goes to Tipke. Back to Strike. Left side, roll it over, and the kill. That is Mulkey. Again, finding that back row defense. The Cobblers leaving some holes back there. We are tied at 19 apiece. Cobblers with Tipke, Rubelt, and Dudley on the front line. Back line, Williamson fields it. Dudley sets it. Coming up with the kill, the block. Brookings will push it over. Williamson, Dudley, Cobblers will try it again. Rubelt with the kill, and the Cobblers first to 20, lead it by 1, 20-19. Shreve and Vliestra rotate back in for Dudley and Tipke. Front line now of Richard, Shreve, and Rubelt. Probably the 3 biggest hitters for Rapid City Central. And Vliestra. See if she's hot or cold on this service go around. She had a couple of aces last time in. Looking to put things away for Rapid City Central. Lefty from the right side sends it back even to Strike. Center set, the big swing, the block out of bounds. And that is Dentlinger tying it up at 20 apiece. Cobblers yesterday gave up just an average of 12.5 points per set. Helped along by the 2 25-9 wins over Todd County. But their defense was stellar. Brookings finding some holes in that defense today. Richard saves, free ball over by Rubelt. Set to Strike, middle hit, even. That's going to be out of bounds, and the Cobblers back up by 1, 21-20. Dakota Valley has opened up a 7-point margin over Hill City now, 20-13. The Raiders by 4 over Kadoka, 22-18, and Custer by 3 over South Cheyenne, 19-16. Richard with the serve for the Cobblers, sends it deep through the hands of Cora Idem. Probably should have let that go. Hands above the head on the back line, and the Cobblers up by 2, 22-20. That'll bring a timeout on the court. We'll be back in 1 minute with more volleyball on LiveTicket.tv.
trusted roofing contractor in Rapid City and the surrounding Black Hills area. With over 40 years of experience, they specialize in residential and commercial roofing, as well as siding, windows, and gutter installation. They also collaborate with general contractors to install roofs on new home construction. Diamond Roofing offers customized solutions that fit both your needs and your budget. Call 605-720-7663 for a quote or visit diamondroofingcorp.com today.
When life gets hard.
Anderson back with you at the Summit. Day 2 of the Rapid City Volleyball Tournament. Thank you for tuning in on GoCobblersLive.com, part of the LiveTicket.tv network. The Cobblers out of the timeout will have the serve, leading by 2, 22-20. Isabel Richard on the back line along with Williamson and Gleestra for the Cobblers. Front line for Brookings. They have Dentlinger, Strike, who will set it left side. Even rolls it over, gets it to drop. Cobblers went up for the big block, and Even, seeing that she had 2 blockers in front of her, just rolled it over the top, and Brookings will have the serve, trailing by 1, 21-22. So McLaughlin back in along with Thompson. Thompson started off the set hot. It's been Even kind of carrying the load for him. The block of Conroy's attempt. They'll try it again with Conroy. Goes back row, Strike to Even. Cobblers will play it. Free ball over, makes it over the net. Strike sets it. That one to Thompson. The block by, is that Rubelt or Shreve? Shreve with the block for the Cobblers. Puts them up by a deuce, 23-21. Cobblers played very strong at the net yesterday. Rubelt will sit down as Ducat comes back in. Williamson on the serve, puts it into the net. Just going to say she did an outstanding job from the service line yesterday. The service error gives the serve back to Brookings. 23-22, the Cobblers with the slim lead. Cameron Strike put it into play for the Bobcats. She has Even, Thompson, and Fickbaum on the front line in front of her. Richard with the pass up front. Diving save by Strike. Ducat tried to put it back over on the overpass, and Thompson put it right back on her. We're at 23 apiece. First to 25, win by 2. Brookings trying to rally to take the first set. Strike sends it back to Richard, and that'll be an ace. Richard, again, usually very reliable. That one bumps off her right forearm. That's going to bring a timeout from Coach Reese New with the Cobblers down by 1, 24-23, looking at set point. We're back in 30 seconds on Live
When
Ticket.
our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
This is what matters. This is
against Dakota Valley, but it's Dakota Valley pulling away at the end, 25-18. I believe Rapid City Stevens just defeated Kadoka. We did not see the final score up there. Custer by 2 over the Bison of Cheyenne South, 22-20. And on court 1, Bobcats with the serve at set point, 24-23. They have rallied to come from behind, and back-to-back aces by Strike, and the Brookings Bobcats hand the Rapid City Central Cobblers their first loss of the tournament, 25-23. Here in set 1, we'll take a break, come back with set number 2. That's 2 out of 3 here on LiveTicket.tv.
beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
How do we solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems? our doctors and specialists collaborate, sharing their vast knowledge and Mayo Clinic's unique expertise. It's this working together that helps solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems. Monument Health, proud member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network.
It's sport utility season at Denny Menno Rushmore Honda. Shop the area's best selection of pre-owned Honda and Honda certified pre-owned sport utilities. Save big with 0.99% APR on select certified pre-owned, 0.99. Plus, we have over 175 used SUVs available from Jeep, Honda, Ford, Nissan, Subaru, Chevy, GMC, and more. Your sport utility is here, and the time to buy is now, before the snow flies. See us at Denny Menno Rushmore Honda or RushmoreHonda.com. It's sport utility.
Great news. I just got the State Farm Personal Price Plan on our home and auto insurance.
You told our agent about my thing for romance novels?
No, you don't have to get that personal. Our agent just helped me choose affordable options to create a personalized price just for us.
Oh, sweet. Then you won't believe the love triangle Jen is in now.
Contact me, State Farm agent Scott Carlson, to create your personal price plan today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Live.com at the Summit at the Monument. Brookings rallies to take the first set against number one Rapid City Central, 25-23. The Cobblers had an opportunity, but a couple of aces by Cameron Strike put it away for the Bobcats. So they take a 1-0 lead. The Cobblers yesterday swept through their pool 3-0, their first loss. On court two, Custer trying to come back, and they have tied it now against Cheyenne South. Rapid City Stevens in their second set lead Kadoka 4-3. Cougars giving the Raiders all they can handle. I believe the Raiders won that first set. They don't have a win up there, but they were up. And on court four, Dakota Valley took the first set against Hill City, who played them tough. They're tied 2 apiece right now. In the silver bracket, these games coming up after the first round games for the gold, it will be Lee Deadwood against Belle Fourche. Todd County takes on Douglas. St. Thomas More against Mapia Luta, and Hot Springs and Lakota Tech. Then the winners of our first games and the silver bracket all play at 11:30. Single elimination. Championship games for each bracket around 12:45. So for the Cobblers, they'll bring in Williamson as Ducat sits down. Leistra to serve. Reagan Page out on the floor starting for the Cobblers, along with Shreve, Rubelt, and Richard. And the service will be an ace. Just clipped the top of the cord. Threw off the return by Cora Idem. And the Cobblers start with an ace. Leistra stays strong. Up front, it's even. Strike and Dentlinger for Brookings. And that one hits the top of the net and rolls over. Leistra with a couple of unorthodox aces. Playing with fire, the top of the cord, her friend so far. The backline, McLaughlin, Conant, and Idem for Brookings awaits the serve. This one to McLaughlin. Strike with the set, the middle swing, the dig. Backs up by Leistra to Shreve. Conant up front to Strike. Even block at the net. Again, the Cobblers come up big at the net with Rubelt and Shreve combining for the block. Cobblers take a 3-0 lead. Leistra with a couple of aces, some good net play by the Cobblers on defense. And Leistra will try and keep the streak rolling. Goes backcourt and out. So for the Cobblers, they have a 2-point lead. It'll be one serving 3. And McLaughlin, the libero for the Bobcats, set to put the ball in play just left of center. Sends a floater back through the hands of Richard. And we've seen her have 3 hitting errors so far, 2 of them on service receptions. And that's just not her typical play. One of the leaders for the Cobblers. She will dig that one up. Williamson with the set up front. Shreve rolls it over. Strike, sets it left side. The swing, and off the block, falling to the ground. That is, I believe, Mulkey with the kill. No, it was not Mulkey. It was either Thompson or Even. Sends it deep. Williamson took a chance that was going to stay in and played it. And there's a donut hole shot by Strike. Faked with the set, dumped it in the middle of that Cobbler defense, and Brookings has rattled off 4 straight points now. Two or three. Strike, backwards at the net, bump it over. The Cobblers will set Vliestra the short set to Rubelt, and the block out of bounds. Cobblers tie it up at 4 apiece. Back to serve will be Richard. Looking for some redemption after 3 hitting errors. See if she can get a streak going. Goes deep to Connaught. Strike, sets it to Even. And the shot out of bounds. Wasn't sure if the Cobblers got a touch on it. They did not. They're back up by 1, 5-4. Cobblers held a 1 to 2 point lead most of the first set until Brookings made that rally. Strike, Even, pushes it over. Abby Conroy's come in. To Vliestra. Shreve goes cross court. Strike will set it middle. Thompson with the big swing. The dig by Williamson. The back set to Shreve. She'll go cross court again. That will be out. Tried to find the near corner. We were tied at 5 apiece. Cameron Strike finished up the first set with a couple of aces. Back to the service line for Brookings. And back on the floor, Maddie Fickbaum joins Even and Thompson on that Brookings front line. Strike will send it back. Conroy will play it up front. The set, the swing. Connaught, Strike, near side. Fickbaum knocks it over the net. Williamson will set it to Conroy with the swing and point off the block. Abby Conroy registers a kill. 6-5 lead for Rapid City Central. Conroy, Ducat, and Shreve, the front line for Rapid City Central. Williamson with the serve. McLaughlin up front to Strike. Left side Fickbaum, block at the net. Push it back is Even. Back set Vliestra, push it down the line. McLaughlin got a hand on it. Connaught saves it, push it over, keep it in play. Middle set, big hit by Ducat. She puts it away off that middle set by Vliestra. Vliestra very good at the center set with Ducat and Rubelt on the receiving end, and the Cobblers up by 2, 7-5. Williamson will slide to the left side of the court. Serve with the right hand, goes cross court. Connaught, Strike, and that is Thompson. There's another big block. That is Ducat with the block for the Cobblers. They lead it by 3, 8-5. The Cobbler front line been big so far here in the first 2 sets. Williamson, back row, Even, pushes it up front. The big swing by Fickbaum. That time Ducat with the block couldn't get it to go back over the net. And the Bobcats back to within 2. It'll be 6 serving 8 as Macy Even goes to the back of the baseline to serve it up for the Bobcats. Deep to Richard, up front Vliestra, back set Shreve, she'll push it. Free ball over, the Cobblers will try it again. Set, middle, push it over, dug out by Even. Williamson goes back up front to Vliestra. That center set again. Ducat with the swing, Even with another dig. Strike sets it to Fickbaum. Right side, Shreve will take it across court. Blocked at the net. Falls in the middle of the defense, and the Cobblers back up by 3, 9-6. Good rally on both sides. The duo of Tipke and Dudley replace Shreve and Vliestra. It's Tipke, Ducat, and Conroy on the front line for the Cobblers. Strike sets it to Fickbaum, pushes it over. Conroy saves it up with one hand. Williamson pushes it across. The push over